Hi everyone, Ash and Little Apiary Company here. It's 1st of June and it's about, well, dashboard says 21 degrees. Don't feel like that at all, so I'm not 100% sure that's accurate, but it was warm enough to be out beekeeping. I thought I'd give you a quick run through of all 3 apiaries today. A short little look at each and maybe go into some hives. And down here at Stratford to start off with, and then be working my way back through Wanstead and up to the Forest Apiary and go through there. So we'll have a quick look here, maybe a quick check in the hives. We'll check that one that was in the last video, see whether I did find the queen or get the queen in there or not, and go from there. And we'll have a look at some of the other hives on the way. So I hope it'll be interesting for you. So let's get cracking. Have a first look under here. There is bees in there, but I'm not seeing a lot of activity. So let's try and make sure you guys can see. There we go. Okay. We've got a cluster of bees. There's not loads. We'll have a look. Let's pull a few frames and see what's going on in this top box. And I did put in a frame of eggs into here from another colony, just in case things went wrong. So there's nice, there's fresh nectar going in, so there's a flow on. They've certainly been getting something in. And we've got pollen, loads of bee bread, no eggs in there though. And I'm not seeing a lot in there. There's some polished cells being cleaned out, but I'm not seeing eggs. Not at the moment. Let's try the next frame. We may have to go in the bottom box and see if there's anything in there. Okay, again, I'm seeing bee bread, some stores in the top there. Some cells cleared out, like they're expecting someone to start laying, but no eggs in there. And this one, that's full of fresh nectar. So that's a frame of stores in the top there. So nothing in that top box. I think we'll have a look in the bottom box and see what we can find. And if I can't find anything there, and I need to get a frame of eggs in here. You see, we've got
bees in the bottom box as well. There's more bees in the bottom box, so we might be in luck. Let's see what we can get out of here. If I find eggs, then we're all good, and I'll just leave them alone. If there's no eggs, then we'll find them a frame of eggs from somewhere else. It's just nectar in there, a bit of drone comb. There's more bee bread, some polished cells, more stores. So bee bread is where they take the pollen, which is their protein and fat source, and mix it up with some honey, and that's what they then use to feed the brood, in simplistic terms. So again, if you can see on there, but there's some pollen, different colours around there. It's an old cup. There's no eggs though so far. Same again. Nothing. Now, bearing in mind that queen was definitely laying in the last video, and there's no eggs at all in the whole hive, that tells me that I screwed up and lost her. So we need to get these girls some eggs and see whether they may have made one already, made a fresh queen, but they haven't had a lot of materials to do it. So we need to find someone who's laying one of these other colonies and drop a frame of eggs in. So I'm going to go off and find a frame of eggs. I'll come back and I'll show you what we're going to do. So I just opened up the top of another colony, and look at that. It's ants and ant eggs, piles of them. I'm going to have to get some ant bait around here. It's like they're making room in every hive. I'll clear these out, but they'll be back again. Loads and loads of them. That's a whole pile of eggs, which is annoying, to say the least. Okay, got a frame in here from another hive, so I'm just going to sort that out now. So quickly what we're going to do, take this one out. That's just all stores which we'll give to the other colony. And then what we got here, so you can see that frame, that side of the frame, it's got sealed worker brood, so give them a bit of a boost. And this side of the frame is laid up with eggs. that in there. Now, normally I'd mark an X, but this frame's so brand new, you can tell straight away that that's a different frame. I'll still put an X on it anyway. And that just tells me that's the frame I've got to look in next time round to see if they've drawn queen cells. If they need a queen, they'll draw queen cells from that, because they'll use the young eggs. If they don't need a queen, if there's a virgin flying around somewhere or just getting ready to mate, then there won't be any queen cells drawn on it. We'll check back with these guys next week. Right, quick run through of this Stratford apiary. So for anyone who's new to the channel, firstly, welcome. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. For a bit of a background, this apiary was brand new this year. We set it up beginning of the year. There's some earlier videos if you want to watch how we sorted it all out and laid it out. I could have gone and bought some nukes for this and just filled the yard, brand new nukes at the beginning of the year, but I didn't have the money for that because all my money is going into a different project, which I'll talk about at the end of this video and give you some more details on. So if you want to know what that is, please stay through to the end and I'll let you know. So this one has basically been filled up with colonies from other apiaries, splits, swarms, that sort of thing, all coming in. So I'm not planning on getting a big crop off it this year. I might not get any crop at all, but that's the way I've done it, because I don't have the finances to completely stock this apiary with bees from another supplier. So I'll have a quick run through. So this colony, there's no eggs in now, but I have seen a hatched queen cell, so I've left them be for a bit. Hopefully that virgin will get mated and she'll start coming into lay, so we'll have another check next week, see what's going on with them. This colony here, so this was a queen that I took off a colony from Wanstead because they were drawing swarm cells. Brought her here in the nuke. She's expanded really well, so I put them into a full box, see if I can get a box of honey off them by the end of the year. So they're expanding nicely. This colony, another colony that came from Wanstead, one that split. There's a queen laying in there, doing nicely. I've seen eggs, so I put an extra box on that one, so it's double storied, and that'll be how I try and take that one through the winter. Hopefully it'll expand nicely up into that box, make a good nuke to go through. I'll be able to feed them through as well. This one is the one that we've just talked about. So there's a frame of eggs in there. We'll see what happens next week, whether they've drawn out queen cell or not. This colony here, they're busy. So this was a colony that started off the year. They overwintered at another apiary. I brought them here. They should be going great guns. There should be honey in there and everything, but they just don't seem to be building up. They're not in those supers, really. There's a good laying pattern. I've checked for disease. There's no deformed wing. There's no brood disease that I can see. I can't see any signs of nosema. There's no big piles of bees dead at the front entrance. So not sure what's going on with that one and why they're just not building up the way that I want to. They are just starting to move into that green super, so we'll see what happens. There's plenty of brood in there, they're just not building, so we'll see. This colony here, so this, for those of you who watched the last video, remember I had a big swarm arrive and land on my old garage door. This was that colony. That was so big that they've drawn out that entire box of foundation. There's still no eggs in there, nothing. So I've just put a frame of eggs across from another colony just to see what they do, because I'm wondering whether there's a swarm that came with a virgin and she's failed to mate, or something's gone wrong with the queen they brought with them, because there's just no eggs, nothing showing in that one. And this one here, going nicely. I've put the extra box on top, build that up. Eggs, brood, full lot, nice healthy nuke. So we'll build that one up and hopefully that will go through winter as well. Now we're here at Wanstead. So quick look round. These are all Henks hives here. See how this apiary is going. Wow, I need to get the strimmer down here, clear some of these weeds out. It's going to be a bit of a pain. So I haven't been down here that much, in honesty, because I came here early, and as you can see, we got the Demarees done. So we did the top box there. There's a hole drilled, and there's the entrance disc on. Another one there. So we put queens in fresh boxes at the bottom, all the brood in the top. These two colonies here were already drawing queen cells when I came in. So these queens went to Stratford, where we've just been, and I left them with queen cells, and they've raised new queens in the bottom box. Got to check, see how they're doing for space for honey. In here again, so this box was Demaree, as was this hive here. I came and put extra supers on to give them some more space. This colony here, actually I split, so they're on a split board there, so I need to move this colony really. So there should be a queen in here, queen in the bottom box down there, which I've got to check. And this one, Demaree, using the Demaree board because I didn't have my drill with me when I came in, so I don't know if you can see, it's too dark in there really. But there's a board there rather than thing, so there's that board there. That's the brood box. There's a board there with a bit of queen excluder in it and an entrance, all the supers, and then down there was the queen in a fresh box. So my plan today in this apiary is I'm just going to check the top boxes, see if they've raised queens in the top, whether there's eggs or anything like that. Next weekend I'm probably going to take some boxes off for a spring harvest, so I want to check and see if any of these are full and ready to go. I've also got a load of empty supers in the car to drop onto these if they need some more space. So if I find anything interesting in here, I'll get some footage of it. So quick look in the top box, just to show you. So you can see there, big sheet of brood. So they've raised queen. That's all nice worker brood as well. So they've raised and mated a queen in this top box, which is beautiful. So we've got a 2025 queen in here. Yeah. There you go again. Big slabs of brood. This colony is going to really explode, ready for the summer. And we're on the last apiary today, up at the forest. Got plenty of bees flying. See them working hard. So I haven't managed to get up here as much as I wanted to really, for reasons that I'll go into at the end of the video. But I'm going to just check for space, see what we've got in the way of supers, any full,
I know some of these are swarmed. You see, not a lot of action there. That one has as well, and there is bees flying there. So we're going to go through, but the main job here is this one here. So that's a swarm that landed in my back garden. I've had 5 in the back garden this year. Haven't been out trying to catch swarms or laying traps on them or anything like that. They've just arrived in old kit and stuff that was lying around. And this is another one that is here. So I bought these ones up here, so we're going to have a look through here, see if they've got a laying queen, see what's going on, and if they've got a laying queen, we'll move them into a full box so that they can start to expand, and we never know, we might get something off them. So before we get onto that swarm, I was just having a quick walk around myself, and I've noticed this in front of this colony. I see a big pile of dead bees that are struggling to move, can't fly, stuck on the floor. So I've started to open them up. This is the 4th super. There are bees in the supers, but I'm seeing some slow moving sluggish bees on top. I'm suspecting that they've got a virus, possibly CBPV, chronic bee paralytic virus, something along those lines anyway. There's no medication we can give for that. People used to do sort of shook swarms and things like that, chucking them out. You can see there are bees. Unable to fly. They can't fly there. So what the recommendation currently is for that is we'll take away the floor, and I'm going to put them on top of a stand like that. And what will happen is the paralysed bees, the bees with the virus, will drop down out of the floor through the bottom of the pallet, and that means that the other bees who are not affected aren't walking over dead bees and clearing out dead bees with viruses and everything else, which will spread it throughout the hive. So I'm going to crack on, do that, and I'll show you how it all looks afterwards. Right, all done. Let's get that off there. So what I've created is this box here has all the brooding. Under here is a void. There's nothing in there, that's just an empty space that they can drop down. So I'm hoping any paralysed bees in this box will drop down out the way, and that means that the bees aren't walking over them, they're not having to move them about or anything like that. They'll just drop through the slats, be gone. You can see the camera's struggling to focus, but so what I'm going to do is I'll come back next week. I'll have a look on the floor. No, not on the floor. The floor's not there. Look on the underneath the void, the bottom of the pallet, and see if I've got a load of bees dying or dead on there. And if I've got a major issue. There still seems to be plenty of bees in the box, but that's concerning. And it definitely looks to be from this colony, because as you go around to that colony, there's nothing. There's no bees around there. It's just these bees here, just this one entrance. So let's hope
that fix works and that this colony will pull through. That's probably knocked any chance of any major harvest off of these ones, but we'll see if they get any better. If not, we may have to get rid of this colony to make sure it doesn't spread through anywhere else. There you go. You see there were fresh frames in this box. I chucked them in. They were trying to get into an old nuke box, which I didn't want them in. So I quickly swapped them over and got them into this thing. It's much easier to get them moved about, so we'll have a look now, see what they're like. I don't know who it is. We've lost a lot of swarms near my house. So I've had 5 colonies this year land. You see they're starting to draw out all that fresh foundation. Which is nice. Swarms are really good for that, because they want to draw comb. That's what they want to do. They're sort of set up for it. So you can get them on fresh foundation, they'll draw it out better than pretty much anything else. So again, they've drawn that frame out. Just having a look, see if I can see any eggs. In that one. We want to see pollen coming in, which I've seen. So they've got bee bread. I can't see any eggs. So it's pretty dark here under the trees, which doesn't make things easier. You should be seeing something. I haven't got that raw that you get from a queenless hive. Ah, there you go. I can see larvae and eggs. So we've got a queen in here. That's good news. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move these to a full hive, which is cool. Gets them sorted out. They can expand. I don't think I'll drop a super on them just yet, because they're not that big. But transfers them now before the number of bees makes it harder work. So got a fresh floor. This is all foundation, so these will have to come out. So I've got to move all of those across and then tip in the rest of the bees. They'll work their way back into the hive. I'll knock those ones off that lid in there in a minute, and that'll be their new home. They can build up in there. Nice fresh box. Might get a late crop off them, but I doubt it. More likely that they'll build up and there'll be a production colony for next year. Okay, so the last job for today up here is I'm going to scorch out this floor. So this is from the suspect colony. I think might have Beekeeper virus. So I'm going to just scorch this floor while I've got my blowtorch handy, just to try and sterilise it a bit before it gets used again. So nice. Don't have to go mad. Just nice and scorched. Always good practice though. If you think you've got something suspect, clean the kit, get it scorched, and make sure that it's all nice and clean. So I'll give that a scrape and that'll be good to go again.
Well, thanks everyone for watching so far and got all the way to the end of this video. As I said at the beginning, the other apiaries, wanted to go through some stuff that we've got planned and give you a little sort of rundown of where we're at. So this whole season has been about getting Stratford up and running, so it's a bigger apiary, expanding the number of hives that I've got. I also need to sort out the honey room, so that's the biggest project that's coming up. We've already got a lot of new kit coming, which is really exciting, on order, a lot from Tektron, and some other companies coming in as well. So that is going to start. I'm waiting for the planning permission to come back on a couple of bits, but we'll be starting work on the garage. Basically is being converted into the honey room here at the HQ, and I've got to start repairing the roof next week. I should be starting that. It's all about making the whole business more efficient, and that's been about logistics. It's hard to get out everywhere where you want to go when all your kit's sort of dotted about the place, or it's it had a lot of stuff stashed here, but then it was in with other stuff, and it was a pain to get loaded up in the morning, find all the bits you need, then get out on site and realise you'd forgotten something or bits were missing. By the time you get to the third site, you'd run out of kit, and you're having to make more runs, and it was just running out of time, because this isn't my full-time job. I've got a full-time job which I do Monday to Friday, so really I've got to pack as much as I can into the weekends as possible. Stratford now is amazing because I've got a big storage down there, all of my kit's down there, so I can start from there in an apiary with all the kit, load up from there and move on to the other two apiaries. So that is going to really help time wise and making things much more efficient for me to get out. And the new honey room, we're going from a 9-frame extractor up to a much bigger one, which I'll show you the unboxing for. We're going to have proper kit. It's all going to be honey pumps, all sorts of stuff that's coming, that's going to make the whole process of extracting and jarring far more efficient as well, so we can get more done in less time, and that's where the aim is for the moment, and that's where all of my money has been going. So as I said right at the beginning, I couldn't afford to buy a whole load of new nukes and stuff to set up an apiary. Everything's gone into to this honey house, and those videos are coming over the summer, because I have to get it up and running before the end of the harvest in September time. Will be when we're taking off the boxes and everything else for the main harvest. Got to be up and running by then. So if you want to see how we get the honey house done and all of that, please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so you know when we're uploading videos, and give us a like. That really helps out as well, and keeps us going through. And I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.